Hey, what up guys, it's Gentleman back again on the NCL Pro Clubs channel, and today we are going to talk about the Pro Clubs deep dive. The trailer was dropped yesterday. I'm going to give you my honest opinions because I watched the trailer live and I care about Pro Clubs and I massively care about the community, and thus far it's not looking good. I watched the trailer, now we're going to get into the pitch notes, we're going to read them together and I'm going to give you my honest thoughts. Here we go. So we've got the FIFA 23 pitch notes for Pro Clubs stroke Volta. We really don't care. I don't know a Volta player. I don't know anyone that plays Volta. I don't care about this integration. The only thing I like is the fact that you level up in Volta, it levels up in Pro Clubs. But anyway, let's move in. Crossplay, the most important thing that we've all been caring about. The hashtag Save Pro Clubs has had a lot to do with it. Obviously, hashtag Save Pro Clubs means a lot more than just crossplay, but crossplay was massively important, and this is what they have to say. Hello everyone, my name is Richard Waltz, game design director for Pro Clubs and Volta, and I wanted to start off by speaking on an important topic in the community: crossplay. I share your desire to see crossplay in Pro Clubs and understand the frustrations of not seeing it included in the launch of FIFA 23. We're expecting with the first steps to bring the new crossplay features to FIFA 23. We also recognise what crossplay functionality could mean for Pro Clubs mode and the potential improving matchmaking and allowing friends from different platforms of the same generation to play together. We know what crossplay is, first of all. We don't need a breakdown of what it is. With the scale of such an important feature, our goal is to bring the best possible experiences as we look at our crossplay future. Okay, we're focused on matchmaking in Pro Clubs, Volta and Foot Co-op, as well as cross-platform lobby invites and ultimately cross-platform to Pro Clubs. We're eager to provide updates in the future, and as the team continues to execute the plan for future crossplay, we love the passion of our community. You help to strengthen our resolve and push the mode forward and try and bring quality changes for you to enjoy as players. So that little comment there, where it says we love the passion from our community, that's obviously about the hashtag Save Pro Clubs movement on Twitter, created and started by VFL, the Pro Clubs League Twitter page. And that's kind of a little shout out to them because what they've done, and we all got involved and we all made relatively viral tweets and kept it trending for a couple of days, and I'm super happy that we did, because I think that crossplay wouldn't even be spoken about for FIFA 23 at all. It does look like towards the middle, maybe back end of Pro Clubs FIFA 23, we might actually get to experience crossplay. Moving on, play your way and grow your pro skill games in Pro Clubs. So the thing about skill games in Pro Clubs is I was excited to see the fact that there was like so many different mini games that you can do whilst you're waiting for friends to come online, and it can also level up your pro. I don't even need to read this, I can quickly explain. There is some footage here as well. Maybe I can just mute it and show you. But you can do these skill games. But the biggest issue, what is the biggest issue when you look at this? For me, it's the fact that what if there's 1, 2, 3 players on and you're still waiting for the rest of your team? You can't do these skill games with your teammates. You can only do them alone. You can record a score, and then if your mate does the same like mini game, he can try and beat your score. That resets after a week. But overall, it's just something that you can, it's like playing in the arena with slightly better things to do, slightly more fun things to do. You can't do it with your teammates. So for me, that's obsolete. Little skill games, absolutely pointless. And they say quite a lot about it. Clubs XP from Volta football matches. All football matches in Volta, including arcades, will give your player some XP growth. That's all we need to read from that. If you play Volta, which probably about 3 people in the world play Volta, then you can level up your pro for Pro Clubs as well. Match rating and leveling changes to further reward a player's contribution to Pro Clubs matches and a diverse range of gameplay actions. We award player growth XP, and the amount of XP awarded for each action has been adjusted. This is to ensure a more fair distribution of XP for supporting players who contribute to success without putting the ball in the back of the net themselves. I do like the idea of that. I do like the idea of giving XP out a bit more sporadically and more correctly compared to if you play as a striker than if you play as a centre-back or a goalkeeper. You should be levelling up in a very similar way if your performance is good enough. Maxing out your level required too much effort. The upgrade frequency felt slow. This is the feedback that supposedly they was given by us. Perks were unlocked too slowly to allow for experimentation. To address the feedback, this is very minimal feedback from the community about pro clubs that they've actually addressed. This is probably at the bottom of most people's lists when addressing their feedback. The amount of XP required to move from level to level has decreased considerably. I do like that. The amount of XP required to reach the maximum level has been decreased. I do like that, leveling up your pro a little bit faster. The maximum level has increased from 25 levels to 100 levels, and players can earn a maximum of 185 skill points. So there was only 100 skill points, now you can have 185. My only issue with this, because I think that's fantastic if it works the way I think it's going to work, but if they've spread out how much it costs for each attribute, you know, when you build your pro, like to have like long shots or more acceleration, if that costs more, then it defeats the object of putting skill points up. But if it costs the same, perks maybe cost a little bit more or something like that, then it's a good feature. But if it counterbalances itself by just making it cost more to actually level up your pro, then there's no point doing it. Players can earn a maximum of 185 skill points, as I said. All perks will be unlocked through the course of the first 25 levels. Beyond level 25, players will continue to unlock more perk slots and earn more skill points. All perks will be unlocked through the course of the first 25 levels. So you will unlock all of your perks within the first 25 levels, so you can use them, test them out, see how they work, but then you can have more perk slots to put them in. I'm wondering how long it actually takes you to get all your skill points. Is it when you get to level 100? I don't know. We feel that these changes in leveling following the different options of earning skill XP in pro clubs, there's going to be more variety on how you spend your time throughout the year. Shared season progression. So this is literally the XP stuff at the top, isn't it? We know that we'll be able to customize your avatar to bring your own style to the pitch with your friends is really important. As a group, we're really proud of the content options that we have been given. And we've given out players in Volta Football. There is no players in Volta Football. This year, it's time that Pro Clubs joins the party. So I'm going to play this and then mute it as well. It's already muted. Season progression. So what's it showing us in the video? I don't get it. What I don't. What? Oh my God. Whatever. Moving on. Now, whether you play Volta Football, any of the modes, or Pro Clubs, drop-in, league, cup, friendly matches, you'll earn seasonal points, SP, that will contribute to unlocking new gear for your virtual pro. Season points earned will contribute to the same seasonal event progression shared system between the two modes. Oh, right. So they're pretty much saying that you'll earn points playing any of those game modes so you can have better visuals. Again, better visuals is never a bad thing, but it's not that important, and they've spent a whole part of the pitch notes explaining it. Seasonal event progression can be tracked via the seasonal event panel inside both the Pro Clubs and Volta Football hubs, which will alert you when you've been given an award to claim. Let me just read through this. You can go to it. The link will be in the description below if you think that I'm skipping anything that's really important. Note, not all items in the Volta shop are equipable in Pro Clubs. This is actually massively important, this sentence here. It's actually massively important because my biggest concern is the combination of Volta and Pro Clubs. You know, you have like the weird t-shirts that they wear and like shorts and funny sneakers and stuff like that. I was terrified that the integration of Volta and Pro Clubs, that would actually start coming into Pro Clubs. And Pro Clubs is the most clean, simple virtual real football, realistic football mode on FIFA, way more than foot, because you're 11 people and you have to work tactically, stay in position and stuff like that. I was terrified that Volta stuff will start finding its way into pro clubs and turn it more into like Fortnite pro clubs, which was terrifying. But that's a good thing. That's a good caveat right there. Customization. Now we're talking about how we can go about unlocking content all year. Let's talk about what type of content you will be able to unlock. In pro clubs, you will be able to unlock tattoos, facial accessories, boots, hairstyles, facial hair, customization options. We want all of our players to feel like there is something for everyone. In Volta, we're ramping up the fun and continuing to push the boundaries with full costumes, neon clothing, and face paint. I don't care about any of that. Hypermotion. Excuse me. Pro clubs and Volta Football are getting the benefits of the gameplay and match-based experience. Experienced teams, hard work. If you want to get into the depths of everything that entails, check out the deep dive link below. This is their big selling point on foot as well, isn't it? On the game overall, hypermotion. You want to look into that, guys. I'm not really interested. You can look into that yourself. These are the perks. There are 4 new perks added. Poacher increases your all-round finishing. You can read the rest of that. Chance creation perks. You've got light passes. Increases your teammates' ability to trap and control your passes. I was watching JCC's deep dive into the trailer, and he mentioned a really good point. Is anyone really going to want to put a perk on that helps your teammates' ability to control your pass, or do you want to improve your own pros' receivability and passability? I don't think many people will want to use this. I certainly won't. Don't care if it sounds selfish. You want to improve your own pro, but that's entirely up to you. Let me know in the comments below if you'll be using that perk. Defensive perks. Interceptor improves your ability to intercept and disrupt your opponent's passes and shots when defending in close proximity to the ball. I apologize, I can't read very well. I've just woken up. Chase down, increase your pace when defending. Immediate follow a... Oh, right, so I was watching this. This was in the trailer. So a defender can get the ability to chase down when he's lost possession a lot better. The perk will deactivate after 40 in-game seconds if you have not regained possession. I don't know if that's a good thing, because I think defending is slightly OP already. Drop-ins. Right, drop-ins, guys. The truth is, I don't know anyone that plays drop-ins. I thought they were going to improve drop-ins by making it 11v11 again. The only thing they've done for drop-ins, I can tell you this without even reading it, is they've dropped the timer down to 4 minutes. Extra time is golden goal instead of going to penalties. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Other than, obviously, you can get XP, which you used to be able to anyway. Nobody cares. And your player gets a top performer rating now as well. That's included in the game, which I think is going to cause lots of arguments amongst teammates, because I think that their AMR system is really broken anyway. So people get like... Your rating system, in other words, is broken, so there'll be the wrong person in the wrong place in this, and I don't think that they have the right to tell us who the top performer is, because I don't think they understand it. Volta football mode updates, don't care about any of that. Is there anything else? Foot golf, fantastic, sounds amazing. I believe that's pretty much it. The outro says, all right, friends, that's for all of us from now. I hope you're looking forward to the new ways you'll be able to spend time with your friends and grow and customize your avatars across pro clubs and Volta. Right, so my true points, I just want to make that I want to be fair. So I want to be fair to... apologize for the hair as well. As I said, I've just woke up. Whatever. The truth of the matter is, I like the fact that they haven't given us a time frame on Crossplay coming out, because if they did, they'd let us down and it wouldn't come out on time. So the fact that they haven't put a time frame on it, I think is a good thing, because we're not hoping for something that's not going to happen. Other than that, everything on there is just a little update. I was speaking on the In the Space Twitter podcast for VFL yesterday, and one of my biggest points were, if crossplay was supposed to be that big selling point for pro clubs for FIFA 23, and it isn't anymore because it can't happen, they should have had a plan B for some big selling point, whether it be substitutes or I don't know, I can't think off the top of my head, but you know, some big selling point that evolves the game overall. I don't feel like there's anything there. I think that it is all little touches, updates and contributions that would come with a cut and paste overlay game. It's the same game but with extra features. That's really disappointing for me because I wanted a new evolution of pro clubs. I think the community deserves it. I think we're way bigger than they anticipated, and our voices are heard on Twitter. So if you're not on Twitter, go on Twitter. Make sure you hashtag #SaveProClubs, and maybe they'll start listening because they've already started replying in a lot of formal documentation to us speaking out. Anyway, I'm massively disappointed. I will buy FIFA 23. I am a pro club streamer. That's what I do. But will I be happy about it? No.